Hi guys, I just wanted to do a little bit of an update. I've gone a bit dark on YouTube at the moment. I'm suffering a bit with mental health issues. Obviously I'm still kind of mourning for my dad dying earlier in the year, and obviously, like my dad, he used to do a lot of things for me and with me. One of the things was the van that I'm in now, my little camper van. So while it's mine and my wife's van, Laura's van, me and my dad made it, and my dad essentially maintained it for me, with me helping him where I could. You know, he was the mechanic. I'm no mechanic whatsoever. You know, I can do little bits, but I'm not a mechanic. So anyway, the MOT for the van's due a little bit later on in the year, and obviously, like I say, I've not got my dad to help put it right. So I thought I'd put it in nice and early to get a check to see what needs doing to make sure that it's going to pass. So the garage that I use for the MOTs, he said it needed quite a lot of extensive welding work. It's a 20-year-old van, it's a Ford Transit, and they seem to rust just for fun. So it needed a lot of work done. So I looked on Facebook for local welding services, and one guy, he was recommended by 2 or 3 people. I've looked on his Facebook business profile, and he had 5-star reviews. So he was local. I thought, right, great, yeah, you know, I'll give this lad a shout. I went and saw him. He had a look at the van. Said, yeah, it's a big job, but yes, he could do it. It's no problem whatsoever. Basically, from the front wheel arch all the way along the sides of the van, all the way to the back wheel arches, they all needed cut off and replaced. It was, like I say, rotten, and it really, really was. It was just crumbling. So, like I say, quoted the price. Yep, go for that. Started paying the bill. Obviously, the bill was made up of 2 parts. Paying the deposit, which covered the parts that he needed to order, which was a few £100, let's just say. And then also some money as a deposit actually for doing the work, you know, because when he booked this in, he obviously can't put other jobs in the diary because it's in the place. So yep, that's fine. Paid, like I say, quite a substantial deposit, and the estimate was to be done in 7 to 10 days. So he kept fobbing us off. You know, it's going to take a bit longer. I need to wait on this. I didn't realize I needed that, and blah blah blah. You know, and I would get the occasional photo here and there of what he's done. And you know, I wasn't in a massive hurry, so I was like, yeah, that's fine. You know, that's no bother. Thanks for the update. It was pissing us off, if I'm honest. You know, but it is what it is. What can I do? I can't bloody go and stick a rocket up his backside and make him work faster. So anyway, he got back in touch after he'd had it almost 8 weeks, and he said, look, I'm really sorry, I can't do any more on the van. You're going to have to come and collect it. I've put it together as best I can, and you'll have to find a new welder to finish it off, basically. So I went and I picked up the van, and he's massacred the van, basically. He's wrote it off. So while it's safe to drive, it's legal to drive. I'm in it now. I'm having like a last few trips in it. The panels that he's welded on, he's welded them on. He's cut out the old panels in the wrong place, and then when he's putting the new panels in, they don't line up. He's just, I don't even know. Like I say, it's it just really gets us, you know, because I told him what the van meant was how it was mine and my dad's van. We'd done it, and the plan was to get it done properly rather than just bodge jobs and have it for a good few years. He's destroyed it. Like, I went to a couple of other welders for them to have a look at it, and one of them approached it, and the first thing he said, it wasn't "hello Robert" or anything like that. As he came out of his unit where he works, he went, "Fucking hell, what have they done to your van?" And that was before he'd got underneath and had a look. So yeah, like I say, losing my dad at the start of the year, I've not really got over that, if I'm honest. And then losing mine and my dad's van, it's just on top of everything else. And like I say, the money that I've paid the guy as well, it's just been buggering us up, if I'm honest. I don't know how to phrase it nicely. It's smashed me head. It's got us bloody crying and stuff, and it's just. So anyway, I've been back to see the lad who killed the van, basically, and I don't want to give him too much credit because he's destroyed my van, but he's not kind of run away from the problem or whatever, and I do actually think that he's genuinely remorseful. He's since admitted that he's new to doing bodywork and welding, and perhaps this job was too much of a job for him to handle, which it's great that he's admitted that now, but it's cost me my van, So we've come to an agreement where he's going to refund me the money that I paid, for the deposit and for the parts, what he's messed up. He's going to refund me that, and then he's also going to buy the van off me for the market value of the van, but not a camper van, just a van, so obviously it's a lower value. But again, he's also said he hasn't got the money at the moment, with him just starting his business up, so he's going to have to pay it in installments. So in the meantime, I'm going to use the van where I can. I'm going to run the MOT down, and then obviously, like I say, I've got it in signed agreement, so he's agreed that he's going to do it, and with the threat of taking him to the small claims court. So I'm just going to get a drink. 2 seconds. Got my cup of tea. Yeah, and then when he's got the money, he said he'll obviously give us the value of the van, and then I can strip all of the camper van bits out and give him the van. So yeah, gonna end up losing the van, because of him. So he has said that he is genuinely remorseful. I can see from speaking to him, he's gutted what he's ended up doing to the van. He's apologized like literally a million times. He feels really bad, and you can see it in his face. He does really feel bad, and he says he wishes he hadn't kind of bit off more than he could chew, basically. I did say to him, maybe he's, when he'd been doing it a year or two or whatever, if I'd gone to him, he would have been able to do it no problem whatsoever, but perhaps his skill level just isn't there right now. But like I say, it doesn't change the end result. He's not going to be van now. So yeah, what he said was when he buys the van back, he's going to see if he can just do in his spare time bits here and there to do it properly, and where he's damaged the new panels because he's cut them in the wrong place and cut them wrong. He said he's going to obviously get new panels again and get the van back up to scratch. He says whether it takes him a couple of months, 6 months, a year or whatever, he said, and then he's going to give me the van back. I mean, we'll see what happens, it's if he's bought the van off us, obviously I can't then enforce fixing the van for free and then giving us it back, but if he does, that'll be great. Like I say, I do kind of believe him when he says that, because deep down he does seem like a nice guy, despite ruining the van. You know, it's I'm angry, I'm annoyed at him, but at the same time I can see he's not done it with like intent. You know, I can't think of the word, but yeah, he's not damaged the van intentionally. You know, it's malicious. It's not been malicious. You know, it's just that he hasn't got the skills needed to do the van when he claimed that he did. So, but yeah, I'll do this little video as an update, just so people know where I am. So I've not vanished off the face of the earth and run away and quit the channel or whatever. You know, I do plan on doing it again. I'm not going to take like a big long absence like I did the last time, where it was about 6 months or so. But yeah, I'll be back shortly. Like I say, I need a little bit of time, so I'm gonna enjoy. I've got, like I say, a couple of days away in the van. It's just me. Laura isn't here, she's at work. She's a bit gutted that she can't come with us, but it is what it is, you know, that's life. So anyway, right, I'll see you soon, hopefully with a proper video. Bye for now.